Let me start with price elasticity of demand, aka PED. You know it, man. The responsiveness, the quantity demanded of a good, given a change in its price. It's in the hood. The formula for PDE is changing Q by changing P. Don't worry, guys, if you get a negative, you'll just remove it. Stay calm and beware. There's a range of values you need to consider. If you just get lost, you're gonna wither. If the PED is less than 1, it's an inelastic good. An elastic good is more than 1. I'm gonna talk about determinants now. If you don't listen clearly, you'll scream and shout. The number and closeness of substitutes is important. Necessity of the product and how widely it's defined. The time period considered also. If you don't remember, you won't even get near it. Imagine the price of a new funky hat decreases from $4 to $3.35. The quantity increases from 100 to 150 in just month's time. Don't get picky, man. Plug in the percentage in the quantity is clearly 50 and the price is 60. Divide both to get the PED. You should have gotten 77, or it's just me. As we can see, the hat is inelastic. It's sensitive to a price change. This is fantastic. Firms just care about revenue. The extent to which your price can change influence a PED. Producer revenue times price times quantity.
Cause the cross-price elasticity of demand measures how the demand for a good reacts to a change in the price for another good. If you didn't know this by now, you better go back to your school. In order to understand such a complicated term, one must first know how to use it well. Cause it's X to the E to the D, yeah, that's it. The percent change in demand for product divided by the percent change in price of product Y. This will give you just exactly what you wanted. If you didn't know this, man, you better get down to it now. There's a range of values that you must know well. If you know them by now, then you ain't getting it spelled. If your number value is inelastic, then you know that goods are unrelated. When your number value is -1, then you know you've got close complements. If your number value is 1, then you know you've got close substitutes. I went to the store to buy a fresh tomato. I saw in the news that prices were dropping like a tornado. This made the demand for canned tomatoes grow. The XCD turned out to be positive. The products turned out to be substitutes.
The name of my elasticity is YED. If you didn't know that, then you're probably dead. You gotta get your facts straight, son. You better find out before I blast you one. Income elasticity of demand is the extent to which demand of a product changes, where there is a change in the consumer's income. You better find this out, bro. The math part of this is important too. You gotta get the percent change in Q and divide by the change in the consumer income. You solve that out and you're the king of your kingdom. There are some values that are inelastic. It's between 0 and 1. They're just fantastic. Necessity goods. That's what they're called. This rap's leaving y'all appalled. If it's more than 1, it don't matter. These are called normal goods. It's all better. If it's then less than 1, well, they're inferior goods. This is all in a nutshell. For example, you gotta buy a potato. Look for the cheapest. That's my credo. I found that potatoes going down more and more. Luckily, I got more money in store. Governments need to know this, bro. They need to see how consumptions grow or decline. Don't matter, it's all okay. I'm getting an A in economy. I know the quantity too, it also rises. You put the change in the equation, and the result will almost always be positive. Firms are able to increase quantity of raw materials and labor. This is insanity. They may not be able to increase all other factors, and this is the end of the book with all these chapters.
Had a lot of money, you got chillin' in the beaches. Something that matters as well is time. I also gotta twin this into my rhyme. Also the ability to store stock. This video is being presented in second block.